Hey, I'm coming at you today with our tool, Words Have Power, how to filter and focus your 2025. So you've seen me do this before, potentially every year we need to do it. We need to refresh. We really need to look at how are we showing up? And so you do an exercise like this because words are your filter and your focus. In other words, words shape our thinking. And so we say something's really challenging, something is really hard. That's different than saying, hey, this is creating a new opportunity. This is making me think in new ways. Those changes of phrase or words will completely change how you go at something, how open you are to new ideas or new ways of tackling it. And so the words are meant to be meaningful for you. So why you do them is you want to filter for the things you most want and focus for the things that matter most. Now, the process is very simple. The first thing you're going to do is the first document you've got, if you click in the link below or in the newsletter or wherever you might be watching this, is the actual document to help prompt you on what your words might be. We have a bunch of lists of all kinds of words. There's no wrong words. There's only the words that work for you. And so I'm going to ask you to go internal on this one, to really check in on what are the 3 words that are really going to help shape and define what 2025 could look like for you. The second sheet we give you, which is really kind of the powerhouse sheet, is doing a few things. One, it's your summary sheet. So it's the thing you can look at. You put your words across the top, and then there are really 3 questions for each word. One is, what does it mean to me? So for example, one of my words this year is center self. And what that means to me is 2 things. It means that I'm actually centering myself in, whether it's conversations, whether it's strategic decision making, whether it's new ideas about what I want to be tackling this year or what new things I want to take on. I'm going to center myself in there so that I can actually plan realistically and ensure that I'm actually doing the things that matter to filling me up. Okay, so center self means that. Part 2 for me means it actually means I'm literally centering myself, right? The second question is, how does that feel? How does the word feel to you? Because when you can actually anchor the state, and we all know when we choose a word, we get a feeling inside. So when I say center self, what that means for me is that I'm grounded. I feel this sort of calm in here come over me. I'm very present to what's happening. And so there's this whole set of feelings that go with it. And when I just sort of close my eyes or take a moment to take a breath and I say center self, it immediately gets me into that state. And the third question on here, which is really, really important, is what is the impact as I use this word to filter and focus in the year ahead? And that could be impact on me individually. So I know for me, centering myself will mean that I am doing more of what I love, that I'm planning realistically and making sure that I'm taking care of all of me, including my mental, emotional, spiritual, physical health. It means a lot of different things. So the impact for me is really deep. It also means that when I'm working with my team, that I'm showing up as a better leader. It means that I'm working with clients, that I am, using more of the tools better, more deeply, helping people go farther, faster. There's all of this meaning. And so impact matters. So that third box, when you download this, really matters. And so you want to do that for all levels. It could be for your team, it could be for organization, it could be for the world. The more comprehensive you make the impact, the more areas that this word will have impact in, the more deeply it will be embedded. And finally, once you've done all of that, you really want to have some or one or more accountability partners. So somebody that you actually feel safe and really excited to share what your words are and how you're going to use them. So I'm using these in a number of groups that I'm in. I'm using them for myself. One of the groups I'm working with in the week ahead, we're actually going to be having accountability partners and understanding more deeply what these mean to them so that they can actually use them in their business planning, because we're doing a bunch of business planning. And so they're really valuable. And all I'm going to say to you is, I just feel like one's not enough. And so what I'll also say is there's typically one that stands out. And so make that your sort of number one. If you did nothing else and you only use that word, the other things would happen. I personally like to have choice. So I like to have a couple of words. And so that's why I'm saying 3 words, choose them, go through the questions, and then actually use them. I post them in front of my computer. I keep them in my purse. I keep them in any of the sort of journals or the things that I'm working. I post them everywhere so that I'm constantly holding myself to For example, how am I centering myself in taking on a new client? How am I centering myself as I go out to market into the world or bring a new product? So it shows up everywhere. And what if the 3 words that you choose for this year ahead were to have such a profound impact that 2025 turns out to be your year of really elevating into your own greatness? Like, what if that was possible? So go out there, grab the link, do the work, and get yourself an accountability partner. I look forward to hearing from you. Let me know what your words are.